You're wondering why we're back on the hoist? Well, Lucy decided to break her car over the weekend and spit the alternator out, so now I have to replace that. So first of all, I have to remove these bash plates and try and get access to the alternator, and then go from there. So fun times ahead. Right, I need to take the bash plates off, but I did it last time, so, and they're off. Now we have access to the alternator, sort of. Alright, first things first, we disconnect the batteries so we don't get any arcing. So, just need to disconnect the negative side. That's that one. And for the sake of it, I'm going to disconnect the auxiliary battery as well, which is just here in front of us. Just for safety. Last thing I want to do is arc everything out and burn the car down. Okay, and I'm just going to have a look, see if I can get to the alternator from the top to disconnect it, but I think I'm going to have to go underneath. This definitely would not have been fun trying to disconnect this alternator on the tracks. So what happened was the alternator, the regulators decided to give up the ghost, and it started overcharging, then it was not charging, then it was charging, then it decided to overcharge. It should only put out 14.4 volts. It decided to start putting out 18 volts. So I'm going to have to lower the sway bar on the front here, hopefully get it out through that way. But yeah, not a fun job. That's off, thank you. Right, that's given me a little bit more access, but yeah. Still intrigued how it's going to fit through that gap. Alright, got the belt off. That's a mission, but now I just got to disconnect the wires and undo the alternator and hopefully try and get it out of some hole somewhere, somehow. I'm doing the main power feed up to the battery. Oh. Got something to go?
I can see.
I think I've got the lock let go of it. I just need to wiggle it out. Come on. Access isn't great on this, so it's putting up a bit of a fight. But and it's tight. There we go. I think when they actually design all these engines and cars and that, they don't think about having to replace stuff. I understand why mechanics charge what they do, FYI, I'm not a mechanic. When you do a lot of this, you've got to do it by feel. Sometimes you just can't get your head up there to get the right position to see. And we've got the top bolt out. Now we just got to deal with the plug. So hopefully the alternator will move.
Still not coming out.
Still struggling with access. Well, it's out. It's definitely not pretty. You got to squash everything to get it through the hole, but it's out. I'm covered in crap. New one to go in now. Yay! Do it all again backwards. We've got the new one here, nice and fresh and black. Stuff it into this hole. I'm going to put this plug on the back of it first, so I think it'll be easier to do that now. Not that anything's easy. Plug's on. Now I've got to try and get that up into there. Come on. Let's go. Okay. That's one. Alright, belt's back on. I just got to do the power wire on the back of the alternator, reconnect everything, and fingers crossed it's all back together.
Fine.
Alright, reconnect all the batteries, and then we'll fire it up, and we'll see if it's behaving and doing what it should do now.
There you go.
Alright. Time for the moment of truth. We're reading 12.75. Start the car. Start it. Oh, success! 14 volts. Nice. Perfect. Now we'll put the batch plates back on, and that's a wrap. Thank you. So while we're at Bush, this battery monitor here, which connects to our phone via Bluetooth, was actually connected to the auxiliary battery which is on the other side. Just as a monitor. what I actually did, because I didn't have my multimeter, is connected this to it, and we actually monitored the battery and the voltage that was coming into it as we were driving out, which was actually quite interesting because it was undercharging, or wasn't charging, so the battery was sitting at 12.3 volts while it was running, and the battery light would be on. When it decided it was going to overcharge, there's no battery light or anything, and you wouldn't know from your dash that the alternator's overcharging, and we were actually getting spikes of 18 volts, so which would have absolutely killed that battery. But yeah, so fortunate enough we actually had this and we monitored it the whole way out, so it was probably actually a saving grace, that because if the battery will overcharge, it can set on fire. Okay, here you can see that the battery wasn't charging, and then we had some massive spikes, which was not good. These other ones here, they're about to light up, where it was actually charging reasonably. It was enough for us to get it out, and then we had these other spikes here, but we did manage it. Okay, so the car's back together, sway bar and all that's back in. The bash plates I'm leaving off for the moment, just going to leave them down there somewhere. There they are. Because all the bolts are different sizes. Lucy's not going to be doing any four-wheel driving for a little bit, so give me a bit of time. I'll be back on the hoist to fix that up, but that's this job done for now. And yeah, she's back on the road, so cool. All right, see you next time.